Hey guys, we're going to be talking about the history of East Asia today, and our last country that we need to talk about is Korea. This is part 4 of our video series. Remember that all the notes you'll need are going to be underlined, so be sure you pause this video and make sure you get every information you need. Our goals for today is to talk about a brief history before and after World War II. And we also need to know how cultural diffusion impacted life in Korea. Here's a map of Korea, and I want us just to take a note that China is to the north of Korea, and it's a small peninsula off the southern border into the Chinese Sea and the Japan Sea here. Okay, Japan is over here, Russia's to the far north, and India is actually just right over here. After World War II, Japan gave up control of Korea. Actually, what happened in Japan is their economy just completely was shut down. They weren't able to make hardly any money. And so they couldn't support the countries that they had previously supported, like Taiwan, like we learned about in China, and now Korea. And so they gave up control. And what happened was the Soviet Union took control of the north, and the United States took control of the south. Now the communist government in the north hoped to unify this whole peninsula under the communist ruler. And so they invaded South Korea. Now, we weren't happy with it, and so neither was the United Nations. And so the United Nations and us came to the aid of South Korea, and we began fighting what was called the Korean War. Now, the Korean War is a very uneventful war. Both sides just fought and fought and fought until in 1953 we ended in a stalemate. Now, what a stalemate is pretty much when we get tired of fighting, we end up just giving up. And no one is declared the winner, no land is lost, no land is gained, no one is declared the winner. And so we had to establish a border, a very strong border between these two countries. And that's called a demilitarized zone. That's where no one can really cross into each other's country, and it's kind of a no man's land as well. Here's a map again. As you can see, North and South Korea are separated by the 38th parallel. What that is, that's the 38-degree north latitude line. And remember, those are the horizontal lines that circle the Earth. Now that's separated there, and so it's just separated very nicely between North and South Korea. Now North Korea, remember, is a communist-led country. They've always had very strained relationships with the United States and other countries because of their communist beliefs. And even through the Korean War and Cold Wars, we've always had problems with the way they've treated their citizens. And so we've tried to accuse them of human rights abuses. Now, they've recently developed nuclear facilities, which is actually kind of scary because they've been talking about launching nuclear weapons into the atmosphere, and we're really nervous about this. And so they're trying to end the truce we have with the United States and Korea. But South Korea, being controlled or helped out with the United States, is a democratic country. And they're an ally of ours. And so because of those two things, being democratic and an ally, their economy has actually grown quite well over the years. Remember, guys, our goals for today was to know a brief history of Korea before and after World War II. And we need to know how cultural diffusion impacted life in Korea. If you don't know that, then you need to go back and rewatch this video. If you do know that, great job. We'll see you around.